Working. Okay, we're back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We have a new link up, and now we are into the start of the third quarter, as Scranton is up 17-16, and both teams just haven't really been able to get their offenses going.
Yeah, it was really a back and forth contest. We saw the Jaguars get out to an early 5-0 start, thanks to Logan McKee. Jason Shields and took a timeout. They settled into it more. They started to look like they had the upper hand, and they were going to run away with it, honestly, at the beginning of this one.
Yeah.
Around that middle of the first quarter. But and then the Jaguars in that second quarter, they closed. They came back, and we're sitting here 17-16. Only a 1-point deficit that the Jaguars face. Half. Everything that happened that first half, you can pretty much just put in the books. This is it. It's pretty much as even as it gets. The only way it could be more even than this is if it was tied. Very evenly matched back and forth runs, rather than it being back and. But we'll see if defensive end slowing down Scranton's offense, and I think that's the key for them. If they can continue to slow down the Knights' offense, which, to me at least, looks like they want to be really fast. Possession, they'll be in great shape.
So now we are starting off the third quarter, a brand new ball game. Actually 1-point ball game, I should say. And now Garnet. Now Garnet will look to take the lead back on this first possession, as we are underway here to start the third quarter. Wooten, the key, tough three, no good. Rebounded by. It's off of Scranton, but it's going to stay Garnet ball, and they are not happy at the moment.
I will say the Jaguars did an outstanding job hustling for the basketball. Drew Van Horn has really sparked a fire in this team, hustling for rebounds and loose balls. It's done a great job.
Stolen by Scranton and missed first, and then eventually rebounded by McKee.
That is two easy baskets that have to fall if you're Scranton. A fast break layup that is virtually uncontested by McKee in hopes of not getting another foul on his tally, which he's in foul trouble. And then an offensive rebound for Shields that a foot away from the basket he can't put in. Those are two shots that have to go in if you're gonna win a game like this.
Facenda inside, tough layup, no good. Rebounded by Shields.
Even though it didn't go in, I love the bully ball from Facenda. You saw how far Shields got knocked back off that little spin move, and that was all just this clean move. There was no force behind it. There was no extending of the arm or anything. That was just pure strength from Facenda.
Outside, ball fake, driving inside, good.
Not a look in the scoring for the second half.
And that's
nice take there by Dinterman.
And that's A.J. Dinterman for Scranton. Now they have a 3-point lead. Kohler, Snyrus, back to Kohler, inside to Wooten. McKee, it's Wooten for three. No good. Rebounded by Wooten again, though, and stolen by Scranton. And that's going to be a foul on Wooten.
No, he's out. He's out of bounds.
No, you got shut.
Now, is it a foul? Yes, it is. It's on.
Garnet foul number 14.
Yeah.
That's
the right call.
Yeah.
That's the right call.
Yeah. Yeah, pushed out of bounds, yeah.
Wooten's had a rough day. He hasn't hit much from beyond the arc at all. I don't know if he's hit a single shot from beyond the arc. The Jaguars have got to they keep relying on the three-pointer, and it hasn't worked at all for them tonight. And Scranton also hasn't had much success from beyond the arc as well.
Ooh. Wooten kicks that ball into the crowd. Obviously not on purpose, but kick ball violation stays with Scranton. Dinterman gets to Kenrod. Pass. Dinterman again. And that'll be a walk, and that'll be Garnet Valley ball.
I hate to be redundant and it's obvious. I hate to be Captain Obvious, but at this point, the team that hits the most shots is going to win this game, honestly. Both teams doing a really solid job on defense, forcing tough shots, and the open looks that they have had, they haven't really neither team has consistently knocked down open looks.
Yeah.
So at this point, whichever team can get the ball to go in the net more is going to win this game. Both teams are playing extremely solid basketball right now. It's been a very low-scoring affair. Whichever team makes more baskets is going to win.
Key for 3. Good! And now it's a tie ball game. 19-19 with about 5:15 left to go in the third quarter. Inside. And that'll be out on Garnet Valley. And that'll stay with Scranton with 5:09 left to go.
This defensive set for Garnet Valley has been doing an outstanding job slowing down this Scranton offense, I must say. Making things very difficult for Scranton.
Inside. Kick out. Again, Shields for 3. That's good. And they have a 3-point lead right back. Last guy you want to leave open.
And you can tell that's what they've been trying to get this entire game. They just now get it around halfway through this third quarter. If Jason Shields starts knocking down 3-pointers on a consistent basis, the Jaguars are in trouble.
The keep it range jumper, that's no good. Rebounded by Shields. And that will be a walk, and now we'll go back to Garnet Valley.
And that's a good sign. Now you can it's easy to tell now that Shields, because he hit that 3-pointer, he wants to be the focal point of the offense again. He wants to have the ball in his hands whenever he can. And that can sometimes lead to careless mistakes, and that was one that we just saw right there, that travel there. And that's not his first one either.
Yeah.
He's got to watch himself. He tried to play hero ball to begin this game and it didn't work out so well. He just hit a basket and he might try to play hero ball again.
Snyder's mid-range jumper, that's good.
Great take there by Snyrus. What a way to create space for himself to hit the easy shot.
Senrod bringing it up for Scranton. Play goes inside to Dinterman. Back out. Pump fake, drive, mid-range jumper. No, that is good.
Scranton now starting to find a way to penetrate this Garnet Valley zone and find the open pockets to get open looks. And they're starting to hit them too, which is the most concerning thing about that.
Wooten. Snyrus for 3. That's good.
But on the other hand, the Jaguars are hitting their open looks as well. They're only creating some for their own. That's 2 straight possessions where Snyrus has nailed an open look. Great stuff from him in this third quarter. Neither team is getting a massive
long
lead over the
3, rims in out, and that'll be rebounded by Scranton. After a scrum for the ball, and now Dinterman has it on the outside. Chandler. Shields. Chandler almost steps out of bounds, is able to sidestep at Dinterman for 3. No good, rebounded by Scranton, and they get the bucket.
And that cannot be allowed for Garnet Valley. That entire possession was 30 seconds longer than it should have been because of two offensive boards. And the second of which resulted in the putback basket for Josh Williams, and that cannot happen at this point. That has to be stopped.
Wooten a long 3, and that's good.
There it is. We've been waiting to see that tonight. Wooten gives the Jaguars the lead with a deep 3. If he can get going, that'll be great for the Jaguars. He's had a little bit of struggles from beyond the arc tonight, but he drains that one from way up beyond the arc. Good sign for them. They take the lead.
And that'll be a 30-second timeout for Garnet Valley, which gives us just enough time to thank our sponsor today, which is the 202 Tree Center. Consider the 202 Tree Center your tree showroom. From screening trees to flowering trees, they have over 3,000 trees in stock. Springer's right around the corner. So if you need the perfect trees for your landscape, you have to check them out. Located right on 202 in Chadds Ford, they make it easy. You can pick it up, have your trees delivered, or even have them installed. Check it out at 202treecenter.com. That's 202treecenter.com. Once again, thank you to 202 Tree Center for sponsoring today's game. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, the score's reversed. But anyways, Scranton takes back up. Dinterman. Back to Shields. Kicks out to Dinterman. 3 for Scranton. That will be good. Both teams starting to heat up.
We're starting to see both teams' offenses starting to heat up, just like you just said. They're finding open pockets particularly on the wings, and they're capitalizing on it right now. We'll see. I expect to see some defensive adjustments coming up soon on both sides.
McKee mid-range jumper is good. Tie ball game. Out to Chandler. Dinterman. Center rod, Dinterman again, who drives inside. And what nice move underneath. And he gets the lead back for Scranton.
That is an outstanding take by Dinterman. Penetrating easily through the Garnet Valley defense, getting to the hoop and putting in a basket for 2 points.
Facenda looking for something. Eventually gets to Kohler. Kohler to Facenda. McKee's right open in the corner. Takes a 3, and that's good.
Both of these teams' offensive success that we're seeing right now was completely absent in the first half. We saw both teams struggling to make open looks, and now they're draining contested ones.
Yeah, and it's been an interesting game.
The tale of 2 halves so far, even though it is only the third quarter.
3 for Scranton is good too. Man, now we're at a bit of a shootout.
The score at halftime was 17-16 in favor of Scranton. Now it is 34-32 in favor of Scranton. Both teams have doubled their first half totals in this third quarter.
McKee, another 3. That's good! And I'm sorry, that's a 2. Just has on the line, but nevertheless ties up the ballgame for Garnet Valley. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. And it looks like Scranton will take a timeout here with 8.3 left to go. And it looks like they're going to get a 30-second timeout, so we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 8.3 left to go in the third quarter. Tie ball game. Close game like we were expecting.
We did get confirmation that basket from Logan McKee was in fact a 2-pointer, so it is tied at 34.
Side, Dinterman, outside to Williams. A lot of passing. Long 3, almost goes in. And that'll be the end of the quarter. All tied up, going into the fourth. Don't go anywhere. We got great. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Mark Zinoff, we're coming in for our landing. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 34-34 going in the fourth quarter. Scranton doubled their points in the first half, and Garnet Valley more than doubled their points that they had in the first half.
In that third quarter alone, we had quite the offensive show in that third quarter. Both teams were extremely hot from beyond the arc, and they were also dominating the other's defense or penetrating the other's defense with ease. Really an outstanding third quarter from both sides, and an incredible fourth quarter on the way, Alec, I expect.
Inside no good, and that'll be Garnet Valley basketball.
This is to advance into the state quarterfinals. Tie game going into the fourth quarter. What more could you want from a game like this?
Yeah, I have to agree with you right there. Kohler bringing it up for Garnet Valley. To Senda. Looking inside, doesn't find anything. Gets to Snyrus. Kohler on the wing. Drives inside. And and almost gets the runner, but we'll get 2 shots at the line. And that'll be on number 2. And that'll be on number 2, Renice Sinord. And that'll be Scranton's first foul of the half, actually. And Kohler will get 2 at the line.
Yeah, I guess now is an appropriate time to comment on how little fouls we've seen from either side in this second half. We saw the Jaguars have a lot of early fouls that got them into a little bit of trouble to start this one, but only 2 fouls in this second half so far. Hopefully it stays that way. It's been a very clean
Both
game.
free throws go, and Garnet Valley has a 2-point lead. Centerrod bringing it up for Scranton. Out to Chandler. Dinterman looking for something. Gets out to Shields again in the corner. Almost stole it. Gets to Shields again. Back to Chandler. And Garnet Valley here with the defensive, getting tough on defense here. Inside to Dinterman. Outside again to Centerrod, who takes a 3. No good. Rebounded by Chandler.
These offensive rebounds are really starting to hurt the Jaguars as that's going to be Arvro Chander who gets that one there. And that results in another basket for Scranton that gives them the lead. These second chance rebounds cannot be allowed by Garnet Valley if they're going to win this one. That's something to look out for in this fourth quarter. Scranton's having a lot of success in the offensive boards.
That was almost stolen by Scranton. McKee for 3. That's good!
McKee is having an insane game so far. He's really he's really lit every game up that he's played in as of late.
Absolutely.
It's been awesome to see him evolve as the season's gone along. He's really taken into that leading role in the offense.
Shields drives inside, kicks out to Chandler, and he drives inside, looking for something, gets it to Dinterman. Now he drives inside too, inside to Williams, and that's good.
That ties it up yet again.
Playing a bit of bully ball there are the Knights, and it is a tie ball game with 5:30 left to go. Snyrus gets to Facenda.
Neither team is gaining a sizable advantage over the other, and that's exactly the kind of game you want to see in these situations.
Absolutely. And a timeout by Garnet Valley, and they'll take a full timeout, which means we'll step aside. 5:13 left to go in the fourth quarter, all tied up at 39. Don't go anywhere. With that, yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 39-39 with 5:13 left to go in the fourth quarter. And Garnet Valley will have the ball coming out of the timeouts. Both teams looking to advance to play the winner of Lower Merion versus Abington, which will take place on Wednesday. Boone look for something, gets into Snyrus. Kohler. Snyrus. It's back to Kohler again. Wooten. Snyrus for three. And that's way short, and that'll be rebounded by Williams. Now, center rod taking up for Scranton. Looking for a screen. Dinterman to center rod. Deflected, but recovered by Scranton. Dinterman gets it to Shields, who takes a three and will get fouled. And that'll be on Drew Van Horn, and that'll be his third, I believe.
Garnet Valley foul number 2, Drew Van Horn, his second personal.
Second.
Team
And that'll be three at the line for Shields.
number 3, Jason Shields. He'll shoot 3.
These are 3 huge free throws for Shields. We saw him miss 2 technical free throws to start this game.
That free throw is good. Scranton takes the lead back.
One can only hope that he misses at least one of these to keep it, so that you don't need a 3-pointer to tie.
Good again. It's 2 for 2 so far on this trip. Third one is short and rebounded by Wooten. Kohler will take it back up for the Jaguars. Snyrus, corner, Wooten gets to McKee. He's getting heavily covered, as I'm sure that they've seen how high he's been in this game. Wooten gives it to Van Horn. Pump fakes, drives inside, gets the foul and one.
What a take by Van Horn! Did you see the move he just put on
Coach.
Shields to get inside and get the and one?
Coach.
I got it. Out. I got it.
That was an incredible take that we just saw right there. Van Horn blows by Shields, goes into traffic, 2 people right at the rim, and he puts it in and gets the foul.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you want to. That's playoff basketball right here. That's state playoff basketball. That's what you want to see.
Free throw's no good, but rebound by
gets the
McKee.
rebound.
And stolen. Center rod taking it up. Shields, pump fakes. And that'll be a foul on Van Horn on the floor.
This game has been incredible. Neither team has had a distinct advantage over the other at any point. It's been back and forth pretty much the entire way.
No team has. I mean, the largest lead I think for Garnet Valley was 5, and for Scranton it was 4.
It was a game of runs to start, and now it's back and forth, baskets on every possession.
Step back 2 is no good, and that'll be rebounded by that'll be a foul on the floor, and that's gonna be a loose ball foul in Garnet Valley.
Yeah, they're gonna get Wooten there, just gonna go on for the loose ball. And there was no malintent with that play. Wooten just going for the loose ball. Raikis Sonord got there first, and then when Wooten went for the ball, makes contact with Sonord, and that's going to be called every time. It's a shame that it had to happen that way, but that's the right call by the official.
Yeah.
Nothing Wooten can really do about that.
Center rod drives inside, gets it to Chandler. Shields again. Dinterman. Center rod, he drives inside, and that's good for Williams, and that'll be a good layup.
That was a picture-perfect possession there for the Knights. The Jaguars defense did an outstanding job that entire possession, but Stanford was able to find a way to get the backdoor pass and put in an easy basket at the rim. You can't ask for much better possession if you were
Wound for 3, no good, rebounded by Chandler.
At this point in the game, in a game like this, you cannot afford to go a possession if you're down, you cannot afford to go to the next possession without making the basket.
Yeah.
And that missed shot from Wooten there
That's-
might end up costing the Jaguars late in this one. As now Scranton is fully in the driver's seat with the ball and the lead. Only 2.5 minutes to go. They can take their sweet old time on this possession.
Inside to Shields. Kick out. Chandler. Shields again drives inside. Up and under. And that'll be. They're going to talk about it. And I think, let's see what they're going to do. And they're going to give it to Garnet Valley.
And that's the right call. That was 100% off of Scranton. I believe that was off of Rakis Sonord. Official on the baseline thought it was off of Garnet Valley. And they talk it over and they switch the call. That's the right call that they just switched it to. That was 100% off of Scranton. And that would have been a killer if Garnet Valley did, in fact, give the ball to Scranton there, who you can't afford to go down by more than one basket in this scenario.
Wooten gives it back to Kohler. Kohler drives inside, and that's going to be a charge on Garnet Valley.
What a play by Shields, standing in and taking that one. That's a heads-up play by him. And now the Jaguars' foul trouble that we saw them get into earlier in the first half is starting to come back late into this second half.
And 2 minutes left to go in the fourth, and now Scranton with the advantage.
This is the most important possession of the game for Garnet Valley and for Scranton. A basket here for Scranton, already with a 2-point lead, means that you've basically not sealed, obviously. There's still plenty of time on the clock, but you've put yourself in a standing position to go ahead and win this one. Garnet Valley needs a defensive stop on this possession. Absolutely needs one. If Scranton can make this a 2-possession game here, the Jaguars' chances look grim.
Yeah, and again, it's 2-point game. Scranton's up right now. Garnet Valley has not been able to hit a shot in the last few minutes, and Scranton will have the ball coming out of timeout. So what Garnet Valley could really use a turnover right now. And it looks like that this was a full timeout by Scranton. And that actually gives us enough time to read off our sponsor again, which is the 202 Tree Center. Consider the 202 Tree Center your tree showroom. From screening trees to flowering trees, they have over 3,000 trees in stock. Spring is right around the corner, so if you need the perfect trees for your landscape, you have to check them out. Located right on 202 in Chadds Ford, they make it easy. You can pick up, have your trees delivered, or even have them installed. Check out 202treecenter.com. Once again, thank you to 202 Tree Center for sponsoring tonight's game. And now we get back to the game. Coming out of timeout, Scranton with the ball.
This is when heroes are made, Alec. Down by 2 in a late situation against a team who was supposed to beat you in the state playoffs. This is when heroes are born.
Absolutely.
See what happens in these last few seconds of this half. And you can already tell from the way that this possession has started, Scranton is perfectly content with taking their sweet old time. Rakis Sonord has zero desire to go to the basket right now.
Denterman inside to Shields. And then, and almost stepping out of bounds, but official says he did not. Chandler.
The one thing you cannot do if you're Garnet Valley is foul here. A foul is the last thing you can afford.
Centerrod. About to be doubled here. Trying to get it out. And that's going to be, and Scranton just gets a timeout in. Oh man, that got close to a 5-second violation there. And I unfortunately don't know how many timeouts are left, and that's going to be a full timeout. So we'll be right back with 1:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 43-41 Scranton with 1:12 left to go in the fourth quarter, as both these teams are looking to play the winner of Lower Merion Abington.
And we just saw Alec on that last few seconds of gameplay. We saw about around 30 seconds go off the clock on Scranton, where Scranton held the ball, really didn't do much with it at all. The Jaguars did play great defense, which was a good sign, but valuable seconds ticked off the clock. And if that repeats, the Jaguars are going to have very little
Almost
time
stolen.
to tie this game up.
Chandler. Get under a minute now. Chandler looking for something. Gets to Centerrod. Centerrod drives inside. Kicks it out to Williams. Williams. Denterman. And then going now Van Horn fouls. Now be his fourth. Now be on the floor. But again, a lot of time wasted off the clock there. If you were going to foul there, if you're going to foul, you had to do it sooner. And that'll be their
I think that they were trying to force a turnover, which is the ideal scenario, but a team like Scranton isn't really going to give up many turnovers, and they still have to foul multiple times. I believe this is either going to send them to the bonus or they're one foul away from it.
This will be a 1-and-1 for Centerrod, and again, this is where the free throws are important here for Garnet Valley.
They are, and Scranton is now in the bonus, and that means that every foul that Garnet Valley gives will send them to the line for a 1-1 until they reach 10 team fouls, which will send them into the double bonus, which will result in 2 shots at the line for every foul.
Centerrod with the 1-and-1. Free throws up and no good, and rebounded by Wooten.
That is the best case scenario for Garnet Valley. You have 40 seconds here to tie it up.
Kohler drives, gets to McKee. McKee, corner for Snyrus. Snyrus back to Wooten.
The last thing you want to do here is force a tough shot with too much time left on the clock.
And they throw it away, and Shields gets fouled right before he get away. Man, that's a costly turnover there for Garnet Valley. Miscommunication there by McKee and Kohler. And that'll put their best shooter at the line.
That's the worst case scenario. The only thing they can thank, the only positive from that is that Jason Shields has to go to the line to get points on the board for Scranton, rather than having a fast break opportunity, which is an easy 2 points.
Free throw is up and no good, and that'll be rebounded by McKee, and that'll be a foul on Scranton. That's gonna be on the floor though, and they are nowhere near the bonus. So 2 1-and-1s missed for Scranton, and Garnet Valley has no more foul to give.
You can't afford that if you're Scranton. You're allowing your opponent to get back into this game. You're enticing them to continue to foul you if you can't hit your free throws. You're up by 2 points. Just hitting 2 free throws will put this game out of reach at this point. 20 seconds left on the clock, and Garnet Valley is being saved by the inability of Scranton to hit their free throws right now.
Very lucky is Garnet Valley. Van Horn brings it up. And that'll be a foul on Chandler, or Arvel Chandler, I should say, and that'll be Scranton's 4th foul.
And this is something to look out for. Scranton still has plenty of room. They have 2 fouls to give before they're in the bonus. So, pardon me, only is it 1 foul to give now? Oh yeah, 2 fouls.
They have 2 fouls to give.
2 fouls to give. Pardon me. So they can definitely use those. Still 18.8 seconds on the clock. They definitely have the time to slow down a Garnet Valley possession and
Garnet Valley takes their second to final timeout, so they have 1 more left. And there are 18.8 seconds left on the clock. They are down by 2, and they have the ball. So I'm wondering here: do you get the best shot available, or you try to go for the win?
I think that it all depends on what Scranton's doing. I expect Scranton to foul at least once in these 18.8 seconds. It makes perfect sense to do it. If Garnet Valley I don't know, if they're getting an open look or something like that, I fully expect Scranton to foul. But in this scenario, I think that if you can go, you go for the best shot available. If the best shot available is a 3-pointer as a buzzer going off, you take that shot. If the best shot available is driving to the hole with 6 seconds left, you take that shot. The most important thing is that you get yourself in a position where you cannot lose. Winning is obviously the ideal, but in this position, what's more important is not losing. And if that means tying the game, it's going to get to overtime for another few minutes, that's what you got to do. Whatever shot is the best look for them is the shot they should take.
Absolutely, I would 100%. You gotta agree with that.
You have the time to create a shot.
Kohler brings it up, drives in, and gets fouled. 13.5 left to go, and he will get 2 shots at the line and a chance to tie it.
These are huge free throws for Max Kohler here. These are absolutely huge. This is the game on the line right here, Alec. 13 and a half seconds to go.
You can't say it enough.
Keep in mind that if he does make both of these, Scranton has time to respond and go down the other end and put points on the board to win the game. But this second free throw is everything here for Garnet Valley.
First free throw is good. Kohler gets to fall, and we have a tie ball game.
It's a huge, huge free throws from Max Kohler, and now Scranton has the last possession.
Chandler, bring it up. 8 seconds. 5, 4. Inside, can't find anything. Puts up a prayer, no good. And now in the fourth quarter. Tie ball game as we get free state playoff basketball. We are headed to overtime.
Clutch free throws from Max Kohler. Ice in his veins, going to the line, ties it up at 43. The Jaguars are hanging in there. They're really making this a tough task for Scranton. They will not go away. This has been an evenly paced game the entire stretch of the way, and it's really paid dividends, Alec. It's been a pleasure to watch this one.
Yeah, you can't say that enough.
43-43 going into overtime, state playoffs. What more could you ask for?
My heart is racing right now. My God. What a fantastic game.
A trip to the quarterfinals is on the line. 4 minutes will be played in overtime. This is where you want to be, Alec. This is exactly what you want to see.
Absolutely, and the reason that we have overtime right now is because Scranton couldn't hit their free throws down the stretch. 2 1-1s, missed both their first free throws.
Yep.
While Kohler was able to make both of his.
Chandler and Shields missed the first shot in the 1-1, and the Jaguars got the ball and went down the other end, and Max Kohler hits 2 free throws to tie this game up. And honestly, I hate to point fingers at anybody, but if Scranton loses that game, their free throw shooting is the culprit. Loses this game, their free throw shooting is the number 1 culprit.
Absolutely.
They've been off from the line for most of the night. We saw it in the beginning of the game. There was no jump ball. Logan McKee was called for a technical foul, and Jason Shields went to the line and missed 2 technical free throws.
Now McKee and Shields jump it up for Scranton Garnet Valley. And we are underway in overtime, and Snyrus gets the ball and gives it to Van Horn. So one change for Garnet Valley to start overtime. Van Horn is out there instead of Vicenda.
I like that decision, though. Van Horn's been putting in a lot of
pass
work.
In there, and turnover by Garnet Valley. Put a little too much on that. Went through right through Kohler's hands. Now Chandler with it for Scranton.
No rush here for Scranton.
And again, no shot clock in high school basketball, so they can hold it as long as they like.
Scranton's playing this to score with as little time on the clock as possible.
Centerrod.
Senord, pardon.
Arvel Chandler just picking it out right now, and Senrod, I should say. And Scranton just taking their good old time right now. There's already a minute going off the clock. Shields. And a steal by Snyrus.
Shields is playing hero ball, and that's going to get Scranton into trouble. We've seen it multiple times tonight, Alec. Shields is taking it upon himself to find open looks for his teammates or to drive and make things difficult and succeed in difficult situations, and it hasn't worked out for him whatsoever. And that's a scenario where
Moon inside gets fouled, and now get be 2 shots to the line. Went over top of him was Dinterman, I believe, and it was. And Woon with a chance to give Garnet Valley the lead back.
At the line, shooting 2. For Garnet Valley, number 14, Ryan Woon.
First free throw is good. Garnet Valley gets the lead back.
Free throws. If you can't hit your free throws, you're going to lose games in the state playoffs.
Can't
say how these things fall, and the Jaguars are hitting their free throws right now.
Can't say that enough. Second free throw's good too, and Garnet Valley is the lead. Senrod bringing up for Scranton, now down 2.
I expect to see some urgency out of Scranton, who we've seen hold the ball for quite some substantial amounts of time late in this one. Now down by 2. They're the ones who have to score to keep themselves
Chandler
alive.
for 3 gets it.
Chandler for 3.
And now they get the lead back.
That's a huge shot by Chandler.
2 minutes left to go.
The field goal does give the Jaguars back the lead, which is the positive.
Kohler drives inside, almost has a block, and I think they get a timeout in. Yes, they do.
He is very lucky he got his own rebound on that play.
Yes, very lucky. This will be a full timeout for Garnet Valley.
Just when it looks like one team has momentum, the other team steals it right back.
Yeah.
The Jaguars look to be in the driver's seat in this beginning of this overtime with the 2 free throws by Wooten after the 2 clutch free throws by Kohler to send it to overtime. Going the other end, Arvell Chandler knocks down a 3. This game's been back and forth the entire way.
Yeah, it's been like this the entire game.
Neither team has had any massive lead over the other. There's been no incredible comeback story like something we've seen the Jaguars do time and time again in the district playoffs. But there's just been a very solid, close, well-played, clean basketball game all the way through, and it's been a joy to watch it happen.
Absolutely. And now Garnet Valley get right under the basket. I believe they do get an extra timeout to start overtime, so I believe now they have one again.
They do. Each team gets 2 timeouts in overtime.
They have 2 timeouts?
Each team gets 2 timeouts in overtime.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks to Ryan Liddy. He tells us we have 2 timeouts. And now Van Horn will inbound under the basket for Garnet Valley. Van Horn.
The Jaguars should be in no rush to get points on the board here.
Zips it to Kohler. 1:50 left to go. Wooten, back to Kohler.
Find the best shot you can in this scenario. There's plenty of time on the clock.
McKee. Looking for something. Eventually gets it out to Wooten. And now it looks like Garnet Valley is just going to spread it around the court. 1:30 left to go about. Snyrus, McKee, inside Kohler. And that will be a foul on the floor, and that will be a 1-and-1. Going over top.
2 more free throws for Kohler. He hit 2 to send this game into overtime.
So it's going to be Sonored, and it's going to be 1-and-1 for Garnet Valley now.
First one will tie, second one will give them back the lead if he hits it.
Free throws up and good. Tie ball game.
Again.
Kohler. Circles around, goes in, and now Garnet Valley gets the lead back.
Jaguars free throw shooting is keeping them alive. Each of their last 6 points has come from the free throw line.
Senrod. Looking for something. Gets in the corner to Chandler. Back to Senrod. Shields again. Goes inside and gets the bucket to fall. And Scranton gets the lead right back. Under a minute to go now. Kohler. McKee. Gets to Wooten. Back to Kohler. Kohler again almost has it stripped and gets fouled. And another 1-and-1 for Garnet Valley.
Scranton cannot keep the Jaguars off of the free throw line. And that's what's keeping the Jaguars alive, and that could be what is costing the Knights later in this game. 44.8 to go. Max Kohler back at the line with another 1-and-1.
Got to hit the free throws. Kohler, first one is up, and no good. And out on Snyrus, that'll go to Scranton. And now Coach Brown wants them to press. 41.5 left to go.
With how Scranton's free throw shooting has been so far tonight, Alec, especially as of late, you might not be uncomfortable with fouling.
And that's going to be foul on Wooten.
Garnet Valley foul number 14, Ryan Wooten.
And that's get.
His 4th personal.
That's his.
Foul.
And that's going to be his 4th team. That's going to be the 9th team foul for Garnet Valley, so they will not go in the double bonus.
Garnet Valley is number 21.
And now we got a 1-and-1 for Shields again.
They're bringing in Facenda to help get their offensive rebound.
After Kohler could not hit the first 1-and-1 for him.
This is huge. This is huge.
Free throw is up and no good. And rebound by Facenda.
Shields still cannot hit a free throw.
Kohler takes it up. So 30 seconds left. Kicks out to Wooten. Kohler drives inside again. Tough jumper, good! Garnet Valley has the lead.
Max Kohler, absolutely outstanding take. The patience.
15 seconds left. Shields drives inside, good. 50-49. Gets to and stolen, and that's gonna be a foul on Snyrus, and that'll be 2 shots this time. Ah man. Shields coming up clutch for Scranton, and he looks to get the and he looks for the and he will now get 2. I'm sorry, no, it will not be Shields getting the 2 shots. It will be Lesdowski. And now Garnet Valley takes another timeout.
Full timeout, Garnet Valley, and their final timeout.
And that's gonna be their final timeout. So interesting.
I'm not sure I like that decision to take the final timeout here.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I prefer that they would save that until the next possession, because at least then they can.
How Scranton's free throw shooting how poor Scranton's free throw shooting has been, even though they have 2 shots this time around, if they miss that second one and you have the rebound, not having a timeout could cost you.
Yeah, it definitely could, and then it's 2 free throws this time for Scranton, not a 1-and-1 anymore.
And at this point, if Scranton hits both of these free throws, which seems to be unlikely with how they've shot the ball as of late from the line, but say they do hit these 2 free throws, they can just sit back, and when the Garnet Valley inbounds the ball, they can just do a 1-on-1, send Garnet Valley to the line, and the game's basically over.
Yeah. That's very true. You're correct, and it's all comes down to this. It's pressure free throws, and it's been again. This is why this game's in overtime. Garnet Valley able to keep Scranton not able to hit free throws. Garnet Valley hitting most of their free throws.
If you're Garnet Valley, the ideal situation here is that Scranton makes the first, or misses both, honestly. But if they make the first, they better if they're making one and missing one, you hope they miss the first, make the second,
yeah,
so that you have a chance to regain yourself on the inbounds play.
Lesdowski will take the first free throw
for Lesdowski.
And gets the first. Now it looks like that Scranton just gonna play defense.
The one thing to watch out for here is if Garnet Valley missed.
Second free throw is good as well. Kohler takes it up. Boone for the tie. Oh, and just off. And that'll do it. Final from Bethlehem Freedom High School. Scranton 52, Garnet Valley 49. Great, one heck of a game. And Garnet Valley, great effort today, and a great effort all season long. But just comes up just short here against the number 1 seed District 2, who will be off to face Lower Marion. What a game! What a game!
What a season for the Jaguars too. We know, Alec. We mentioned this during the district playoffs, but around halfway through the season, we thought this team wouldn't even make the district playoffs, let alone qualify for states.
Yeah.
And they turned it on when they needed to. They did what they had to do, and that's been the story of this team in the last few weeks. They've done what they've had to do. They've shocked plenty of people, and that's the reason we saw them get to this point. They've done an outstanding job. It's been a heck of a season for them. It's a shame it has to end the way it did, but they should be really proud of themselves. Never going away without a fight.
Yeah.
It's been a joy to watch them play.
Yep, never going away, never giving up. And Garnet Valley, when you think they're out of it, they get back in it. Remember when they were down like 15-18 against Upper Delaware and Spring Ford? They came back and beat those teams and got into states. And getting their first state win since 1997 against Abraham Lincoln. With a team that a lot of people thought, like you said, we're not going to make district playoffs, and they just snuck in as a 24 seed. and they got to states and won a game. Just really, really impressive overall. So, but the good news is, spring sports start up fairly soon. We will be covering lacrosse for both boys and girls, softball and baseball, which the next broadcast will be March 25th, which will be the boys lacrosse game against St. Joe's Prep. Great, but again, going back to this game, a great team, and they've got a great future going forward with McKee, Facenda, Kohler, and McKee, Kohler, and Snyrus. Overall, you gotta be happy with the future here, huh? Now I'll do it for today. From Ryan Croak on color, Ryan Liddy as cameraman, Jeremy Park. And once again, thank you to our 202 Tree Center sponsor for today's game, for sponsoring these 2 state games. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you once again for supporting the broadcasting program. From Ryan Croak, Ryan Liddy, and Jeremy Park, I'm Alec